As the mother of 2 healthy children, supermodel Liya Kebede now directs her attention to others less fortunate, particularly in her home country of Ethiopia. In March 2005, Kebede was invited by the World Health Organization to act as Goodwill Ambassador for maternal, newborn and child health.
I feel privileged to be a spokesperson for so many young women and their babies. Safe motherhood remains a distant hope throughout our continent. Each year, 6 million children die before they reach the age of 5 in Africa, and most of this is preventable.
We found that here is a woman who appreciates that she has a responsibility to address the huge margin of exclusion that a lot of women and children are exposed to around the world.
Her role as WHO spokesperson took Kebede back to Ethiopia in 2006 on a visit to the northeastern region of Amhara. The WHO is working across the country to support nutrition and sanitation programs in local communities. Kebede begins her trip by accompanying health extension workers as they review progress in a nearby village. The village is situated in a high-risk region for malaria.
She had malaria. She said she's feeling better now, but... And that was her grandchild. She has like 5 children. She thought me having 2 was too little. I thought her having 5 was a lot.
She is hands-on. And this results-oriented approach, I think, is what makes her so special. She goes there and she speaks to the women.
WHO health workers are educating villagers on how to take precautions against malaria.
But treating it does what exactly? It just kills the mosquitoes?
No,
because they can't go in here anyway, right? The mosquitoes?
Yeah, but the thing is that you have double effect of both the barrier and also when the mosquitoes sit there, they die.
They do die?
Yeah, so you will reduce
just
the
number
in the environment. Does you see any difference now?
No. Saying it has decreased. This was one of the bad areas for malaria lately, and she feels
really
like
see the difference.
Health workers are also educating local people on improving sanitation and hygiene.
Would I like to go in?
and come out. I think
I actually do need to go to the bathroom. This one woman had a latrine for the first time in her life. And she's, completely ecstatic about it. And we're talking, and I said, well, how did you do before you had a latrine? How did it work? And then she said, well, we women have to wait until dark, of course. I was shocked. Outside, they've done a really nice little pottery thing that you just wash your hands in and stuff. And so they're teaching them how to wash your hands after each, bathroom run.
In a region crippled with poverty, sanitation at home is just one of the problems being tackled by the WHO. Kebede is later shown round a hospital where families are receiving assistance to combat severe malnutrition.
This is the main ward where we treat patients with malnutrition. He comes from malaria area. Yeah, it's one of the chronic complications of malaria is malnutrition by itself and severe anemia. Usually, they have these severe infections and underlying malnutrition. As you can see, this child has also widening of the wrist, which is a sign of vitamin D deficiency in kids.
But what can the mothers do if they don't have the means not to breastfeed? What do they do? Yes, most of them stay about 2 weeks, 3 weeks in the hospitals, and then they go back. And you always wonder what happens after they go back, because all of a sudden treatments are not available anymore. It's pretty rough.
The hospital is using a therapeutic milk for severely malnourished infants in the initial phase of treatment. In the hospital kitchen, Kebede helps prepare the milk with nurses who are in charge of the infant feeding unit. Outside the hospital, Kebede spends time with a mother whose child is severely dehydrated.
Well, the child that I was feeding, he is actually 2. He's never walked. She says he stands up if she holds him and he sits down. His legs are so thin, and he doesn't, she says he doesn't respond at all, like to her either. He doesn't really speak. But I think he's just ill, you know? I think for any mother, the worst thing is to see your child sick, obviously. I don't know if they know that they can prevent it, but we know, and it's the same thing, you know?
She has got a calmness which immediately communicates itself to the mother and the child that she's comforting and that she's seeking to help and to communicate with. And this calmness, I feel you almost feel that it is centered not only in her confidence, but in her trust in humanity. She makes you believe that you have the potential to solve this problem.
One of the main purposes of Kebede's visit is to promote the work being done by the WHO to combat the prevalence of obstetric fistula, an injury suffered by many Ethiopian women forced into childbirth at a very young age.
This is our theatre. You can see they're moving a light about up there.
They're working on something.
We've got 4 tables in there. We've got 4 doctors working in the theatre.
While at the hospital, Kebede doctors tell the press about the work that they are doing with the WHO.
I know how hard it must be for a mother who went through pregnancy to have to experience losing a child. And not only that, after that she has to endure an injury such as a fistula, which is a really horrible experience. I don't even know what that must be like. There's really a lot of work to be done. We really have to focus on preventing this from happening.
This young lady has a vision. She wants every young Ethiopian girl to have an opportunity for her young body to grow first, to develop fully, before she becomes a mother. So that that young Ethiopian girl does not become a victim of an injury such as fistula. Her life actually is not just the modeling industry, and it is not just appearing on glossy magazine covers, but her life is a life of sharing, so that she can share this experience and therefore and spread the message. I really appreciated the opportunity of helping Liya to do this.
These are the people that are actually being helped. I mean, there's thousands of others, thousands. I think we have to focus on that.
In part 3, Kebede returns to New York with a fresh impetus to garner support for her cause.